Hello, my fellow nerds. This is the Supreme Nerds pop-up review of The Last of Us, Episode 2. We will talk spoilers, but to me it really isn't a spoiler if the video game is already out, and if you can just look online and know the ending of this show, because certain people have complained. So if you don't want to know the spoilers, or if you haven't seen it, wait, put pause, come back and check this video out later. Gecko, since you were the first of us to see this show, what'd you think?
Oh, man. So I started watching it a little late because of the football game, but then I kind of like gave up on that and was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to start watching The Last of Us. And I'm watching it, and the little new things they added, oh my God. Like that whole beginning with the lady in that other country, that wasn't part of the game
at all.
So when they showed that, and she tells them like, hey, the only way, there's no cure to that. There's no medicine. There's no vaccine. Just bomb us. And she's like, and he's like, hey, what you gonna do? Take me home. That's it. We're fucked. She basically knew. Another thing that I told you, and we talked about this, and you had told me, but that they changed the sport. And I'm actually, now people might say, oh, and complain, but guess what? Well, I've been playing this game. I played the first original when it came out. I took 3 days off when the second one came out. When I played this game, it always was kind of like corny to me, the sports part. And I'm going to tell you why. The simple reason to me it was kind of corny is because, come on, air is everywhere. So it was kind of, to me, it was kind of weird. But, you know, I understand that it was an aspect of the game for you to get through it. Like, you know, a puzzle, so basically. So I understand as the video game logic and the video game aspect, but I love the way they changed it. And not only that, they just didn't come up with this idea. No, they researched how fungus work, and they came and implemented it. And to me, it's beautiful. This makes much more sense. But in a video game logic, this won't work because when you're playing this game, you don't got the camera pointing down. You're just looking up and everywhere except down. So I understand where this makes sense in the real world because you're going to be looking down, that you don't step on none of those vines because you're going to alert the zombies. To me, to be honest, this shit is crazy. I like the part where Tess, that wasn't part of the game neither.
No,
it wasn't part of the game.
It was disgusting.
My God. That shit was nasty. But it makes sense that the fungus was trying to like quick the process, like, you know, advance the process and make her turn quicker. So I think that's why he was trying to kiss her. Not really that he was trying to kiss her. He was just trying to like boost and hurry up the process. But to me, that to be honest, is gross. But oh my God, it makes sense.
Amazing.
I love everything about this episode. And if I had to give it a score, it's a 10 again. It's a 10. What do you think, Sleepy?
10. It's a fucking 10. I don't care that they're changing aspects of it. It makes it feel like I'm playing the game all over again in a different New Game Plus kind of mode. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
How Tess went out like a fucking G. She went out pure gangster. So, I'm dying anyway. Clink, clink. Oh, shit, the lighter's not working. So I'm getting tongue-kissed by fungus.
I must say that was perfect. That lighter not working till the last second. That was
beautiful.
Perfect.
Beautiful. The way it ended was, it's just, they did it so good. Having Fedra chase after them, I'm glad that's different because it wasn't a very good death in the original. It hurt, of course, but it didn't feel as nice, and it didn't give Tess as big of a character as she deserved to have. Like you said at the beginning, dude, when she pulled this whole fungus thing that they keep pulling stuff out of your mouth, it just makes you feel like it's stuck in the back of your throat. Like, I don't know if that happens to you. It gives a whole different feeling. It's just, I could talk about it all day. It's perfect. Pedro Pascal is perfect. Ellie, she may not look the same, but she can. The actor is the fucking. It's Ellie. I could go on forever. Tell us, Tony. What do you think as a a
non-gamer.
person who's never played the game before?
Boom. Wow. Wow. I think HBO has finally figured out the way to turn video games into successful properties. Everybody has tried this and failed. This is how you do it. You take the time, you research, you change what is needed from a video game into an actual TV show or movie. But you got to do the research. You got to take the time. You got to invest, and you got to spend the money. If you saw the 10-minute post show after this, where they show you how they do the special effects, how they actually created the creatures, and they actually took the time to show you where these creatures are vicious as hell, but they can't see. And they're done as fuck, but they're not. And it was just, wow. What happened to Tess was just boss. And yet she was still sitting up, look, you need to go. I'm going to say here, and then I'm going to sacrifice everybody. The fact that he shot one of the zombies, and it clicked a little bit on the ground, and all of a sudden these dead like zombies, they had fresh meat, and they got the fuck up quick. That. I hope this show doesn't end up like The Walking Dead 5 years in and be boring as fuck and just overplay its game. But so far, 2 episodes, I'll say it again. For Mandalorian, this show has set the bar for what I expect in 2023.
Look,
we didn't even talk about the clickers, bro.
The clickers are amazing. But I'm gonna get you back to this point. I have to agree with you, Tony. To me, to be honest, it's nice because, like you said, did they figure out a way to make video game TV shows from this? Will we see other properties? We don't know. All I know is that HBO took the time and is doing something amazing with a game that was already amazing. This game was already amazing. Now, I have my doubt because, every adaptation of video game material always gets messed up. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Halo.
The first Super Mario Brothers movies, the first Dungeons and Dragons movies,
World of Warcraft,
go on and on.
Assassin's Creed,
all of
them. There's so many
Dragon Ball
movies
Z
out there that had tried to go
garbage.
from. Yes.
That wasn't even a video game.
And that's the thing. There's so many things that try to make it into live action and it doesn't work. And this is amazing. Like you said, the clickers, we didn't even talk about them.
No.
Me personally, watching this episode, I had the lights up. I'm here in the studio, just chilling.
Terrified.
Watching this, and I'm looking at this, and I felt I don't know if you guys felt like that, but I felt kind of like claustrophobic. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Like looking to the side, like, what the hell is this? To me, that show is doing what it's supposed to do, and that's
making gamers relive it.
Exactly, and
it's making newbies like me who know nothing about this more and more intrigued to come back next week.
Exactly. And the point is, like, even if you're a gamer and you're complaining about the little things they're changing and stuff, come on, it could be worse. It could be, they could change way more. These are little things that I think are actually helping build this world. And to be honest, it's going to be hard for me something in 2023 to defeat this because this is 2 episodes and it's something that we never seen before, what we've seen before, but that hasn't really worked before, live action video game TV show. And like I said from the get-go, if you're going to do The Last of Us, it has to be gruesome. I can't complain. I have to be honest. This right now, it's the first show I'm watching in 2023, but like you said, Tony, everything has to be graded by this. You're going to have to bring it because this is amazing. This is something beautiful. This is something special, and I'm glad we got it. As a fan of the video game, I'm glad we got it, and as a fan of the TV shows, I love it. So I hope to see more from video games. Like, I hope to see more characters and more video game franchise make it to live action, and I'm just excited. I'm very excited.
Another thing, we shit on Warner Brothers Discovery for what they've done with their movies and their other properties, but we tend to forget HBO has always been the standard since it debuted when it comes to their sports coverage, their documentaries, and their TV shows. HBO set the standard. You must spend a movie budget to do a show like this, be it The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, The Wire, any other show they've ever done. They've spent the time and the money. Everybody was worried after Game of Thrones would they find something. The Game of Thrones prequel didn't do the ratings that this is doing. Still have yet to see the Game of Thrones prequel. I am all in on this. I am all in on this show. This is how you do a TV show. Disney, Marvel, Kevin Feige, Star Wars now have a legit competition for how you do a top-rate TV show. Once again, after Batman and Black Adam and Peacemaker, I thought I'd never say that Disney had competition. Disney has competition. So now Amazon and Apple, Netflix, you now have to compete. Now it seems like Disney and HBO have all the great shit. Your shows, with all due respect to the ones I haven't seen, don't compete. Because this is the show of 2023. I know Invincible Season 2 is coming out. I know The Boys Season 4 is coming out. HBO has jumped to the front of the class right now. If they can pull this off for the rest of the year, like I said, to me, so far, this is the best show I've seen.
To build off what you said, everyone's going to have to go, like you said, that bar is now The Last of Us. That is now the show on TV to fucking beat. And there's no competition. It's still at a 97% as of this video, Rotten Tomatoes. A 9.4 out of 10. It's insane. It's 95% of people on Google like it. Like, I know those aren't really good stats to go off of, but it's still insane.
No, it's great. It's great.
Those are great stats.
Yep. The fact that they recreated the feeling of hearing the clickers for the first time, it looked so CGI, but it was people who cared so much about that role. They played it to perfection. It wasn't CGI. It was real fucking prosthetics and real acting. And dude, the way they had to stealthily move around right from the game, it felt good.
The clickers are the actual noises come from the actual voice actor that do it in the game.
It was fucking terrifying.
It was just the way when they sounded, I'm like, oh shit, they're finally here. And it gave me goosebumps. I'm like, damn.
Oh,
yes.
Chill down my spine. I'm like, no, I knew this was coming, but not like this.
I knew from the beginning I started watching. Go ahead.
You hear the sound. You hear the sound. You see the silhouettes. And then it's there, and you're oh shit, you're ugly as fuck. It's like
I knew from the beginning.
But I'll let you take it.
I knew from the beginning Tess was going to die. I just didn't know how, and I wanted to see how she died. I did not know she was going to die that way. I thought it was going to be this great violent death that they were going to clip. She was going to get bitten, she was going to get turned, and they were going to kill her. I didn't see her sacrificing herself. And how sad that was, and how emotionally that got me. That got me.
Hey,
it got me.
Was it
good?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it a sacrifice in the game too? Didn't she stay back too?
Yeah, to.
But remember, I don't know that. I don't know that.
But in the game was different.
But it was like, wow.
I can't wait for the episode, and I think we all are waiting for except you, Tony, because you don't know the game. But if this is how Tess went. I can't imagine what's going to happen to those other two.
No.
I like the fact
I'm
that at
excited,
the end
though.
of every episode, they set up the next episode. And
Yeah.
then they give you a background of each episode they've done. They gave you how they filmed episode 2. And that's
Yeah.
perfect for people like me who don't know the video game. And then I never saw a show doing their own podcast at the end of it, which was a great idea by HBO, which I think others will steal. Like Marvel does their Legends after the show is aired. I think HBO will make them do now a little 5-minute video of what they do after the fact. This show is stunningly good, and it keeps me there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I tell people, I know I can go online and find out what happens, but I don't want to read ahead. I want to see this week to week to week and watch it live and watch it all the way through. And it's like they give you just enough. They give you, it's like last week's 90-minute introduction, perfect. This week's 40, 50-minute show, perfect. It's hard to say HBO is back because I don't think they ever went anywhere. They just had their bosses fucking them over. But when you let them alone and let them play, HBO can show you we're the original pay cable channel. We're the original TV show channel. We are. It isn't Disney. It isn't Amazon. It's us. And they basically just bitch slapped everybody to wake you up. Look, we've set the standard. Now, let's get more back. I need you two to explain the clickers to me more. When old boy died and you wake up clickers up to a mile away, what the fuck? That's not how zombie movies work.
Those are not clickers, though.
But I'm just saying zombies. No, what I'm saying, in a zombie movie, you can't wake up a zombie from a mile away just by one dying and hitting the ground. That was fucking genius.
So
it was because the tentacle of the fungus.
Yeah. But dude, remember when they were in Jakarta and she went in there to examine the body, she cut the leg and she saw the mole. So of her own instinct, she went into the mouth, pulled a little bit out, and it was still alive. It's like this thing doesn't die. So I don't want to know the ending on how they saw because they plan on letting this first video game go 4 or 5 seasons. So this isn't going to end like next season. The way, spoiler alert, Luke comes and takes Grogu from Mando. This is going to keep going. What I've been looking ahead, you may not get the second video game till season 5, season 6. So
we'll see.
Without spoiling it, you guys can tell me, does it get better? Because I don't know.
Oh, it gets crazy.
Oh,
it gets crazy.
You ain't seen shit. That's all I gotta say.
It gets crazier.
If this is how the first 2 episodes are, you basically what he said, the whole mycelium thing, it builds a network underground, and that's how they communicate with that whole mile away. Right. So it sensed, oh shit, we just turned this guy. Hey, something's wrong over here, and it sends that shit super fast, instantaneous almost. And it's based literally off real life mycelium. They weren't zombies.
Clickers. Yeah, they weren't clickers yet.
Because he died
clickers
on the bed.
Clickers when the fungus takes full control and you can't say and they can't see, and that's why they do that clicking sound for like echolocation or some shit like that.
Super hearing.
Yeah.
So think about it. They went there to grab that truck. One of them turned, and they just killed everybody.
Oh yeah.
Remember, because they already killed the one that turned, and then they just killed everybody to just say fuck it. But then when they got there, and they had to shoot one that had turned, that's when the zombies woke up and decided to come. Now, I know, is this clicker you're talking about, is this stage 2? Because I know there are 4 stages. Is there something else coming after this, that big, complete creature, right?
It gets crazier, bro.
So stage 2?
I'm not spoiling that. You'll find out in the later
No.
He has to experience it.
No. I've already seen the pictures. I've already seen the pictures. Well, they've already told you what's coming. It's just the little hive mind thing, for the lack of a better term. That was that because I'm gonna be honest. I've been watching zombie movies my whole life since the '60s with George Romero, and The Walking Dead made zombie movies tired. HBO sort of brought it back. Like the Brad Pitt zombie movie was great because they weren't the slow moving things.
Oh, they were psycho.
They would just come and attack. And the sequel that Brad Pitt's been making for 5 years that we never got. I think this show takes that to the next level. Now, I have a question for you two. Since they changed it and you don't know, what is patient 0 in this? Who was the first one infected? We know it happened in Jakarta, from what they said in the opening, and then it spread worldwide. How? Theories on this, because we don't know. Because this is the one thing you guys don't know.
Tony came at us.
I got a theory.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. We're still far away from thing. And if I say theory, we're already at 20-something minutes, bro.
No, we're good. We're good. We go about another 5 minutes. We're good.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you. So what nationality was this people?
These are Jakarta. That's somewhere in Asia.
Asia, right? Sleepy, have you played game 2?
It's fuzzy. It's been a while.
So you know the Asian people in game 2, the kid and the girl, the sister and the brother, that they shot his hand. Could it be family members from him?
It could be. True, yeah, it could be. That's a good
You know what I'm saying? Because in game, what if they is a family member of them kids? Because we get them in the game, and we don't really got a lot of backstories from them.
True, that could be how they tie that in to make it make sense.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. I agree 100%. Ooh, you're getting my brain going.
I like this. This is something you guys don't know. Because they totally changed this from the game. And then how does that patient 0, I think, what did she say? 18 people were infected. They killed 14, where are the other 4? And that's why she just gave up and said bomb. Bomb everywhere. Bomb.
Kill everyone.
But it still got out.
Because she knew there was no way to fix that no more.
Right.
She knew. She's like, oh, we're fucked. This already spread it. And even if you catch who did it, you don't know if the other person, we're done. Let's just bomb the place and get out.
Remember, it's the same in the opening scene of the first episode when they're explaining this in the 1960s. It's here. It's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. It's like no one really took them seriously. And then boom, 2022, it hit.
Fucking
and this is where we are now. Yeah.
Perfect substrate.
No, but
go ahead.
But you know, I was just thinking that while watching the show, I'm like, why are they showing Asian people? Could they connect to the Asian people in that village in game 2? And it's little things like that I'm looking forward to keep seeing because, like Tony said, they have to tell you what's happening right now, game 1. But remember, there's a whole different stuff that happened between game 1 and game 2. Remember, it went by a couple of years. If I'm correct, what was it, like 5, 6, 7 years? It was something like that. But the point is, there's a gap, and I would like them to explore that. So, yeah.
Think about it. I think what they're doing is the first 5 minutes of every episode, they're going to tell a little bit of the backstory of how we got here, and then jump ahead to the man and the girl trying to get to the West Coast. They basically set this up now where we're going to give you a little bit of backstory every 5 minutes, first at beginning of every episode.
Ooh,
Hopefully, I hope they do that. Just give you they're going to give you an actual prequel in the actual, as we run it currently in the episode. And tell a little bit at a time. But I just thought, to me, this episode of Versus, we can wrap this up now. So we all agree this is a 10.
10.
Oh, yeah, it's a 10.
2 in a row.
This is easy. 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Let's go. Watch it.